And we are live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by The Keeg, where we go over this week's new comic book releases. For those of you who don't know, new comic books come out in stores. Go to comicshoplocator.com and find a comic shop near you. But they come out in stores every Wednesday, and we are here roughly 24 hours later to talk to you about all the comics that came out this week. Everything that we could read in 24 hours. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and if you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or listening to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc., etc. But no matter where you are listening or watching or however you're digesting us, like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review. Let us know you're out there, because it's always nice. You know, if you're watching us live, hop in the chat. Let us know what you're reading. Ask us questions, etc., etc. Anyway, speaking of etc., etc., who else is here on this show? First, we got Comics and Cupcakes herself, Ambrosia.
Hi.
How's it going?
Nice. Good. How are you?
Doing good.
I'm
glad to have you.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I said I was having some technical difficulties. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
No, thanks for having us.
I don't know how, I was thinking, how do professional people deal with technical difficulties? You know? How does CNN? How does, any news organization deal with it? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Today, our entire district's Wi-Fi went down.
Oh.
And so, no one could do anything because most everything is digital. Yeah, so that was very interesting.
That sucks.
It did. It was great.
Who else is on this show? Coming at us live from 13 time zones away. It's not actually 13. It's what, 10 time zones? We got Deanna.
I think so. Hello.
How many time zones are you away from Pacific time?
That's a good question.
It was 5.
I don't know the
6,
answer
7,
of.
I think 9.
Well, it's 2 a.m. So.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And it's 5 p.m. on the East Coast. So I think you're 9, or on the West Coast. That's where I am. But thanks for being on the show. You know, especially late into the night for you.
Thank you for having me.
We're here to talk comics, and a good amount of comics came out this week. I want to hear your guys' list of comics that you read this week, and then we'll go over our picks of the week and then talk about the rest of the comics. Who wants to go first?
Cool.
Who has their issues and issue numbers?
I think I could go first because I think my list is going to be shorter.
Okay.
Deanna, you read a lot.
I don't think so. I skipped a lot.
All right. I read The End 2099, issue number 1. All new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, issue number 5. Iron and Frost, issue number 3, I think.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 17. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 23. Unbreakable X-Men, issue number 3. And then half of Han Solo, issue
Hunt
number
for the
4.
Falcon, number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good list.
Better than my one issue last month.
mean, yeah, one issue. But that being said, even if you read one issue, you're reading more comics than most people.
This is
right?
true.
Even if you can get down to your comic shop and buy one comic, there's no competition. I mean, on this show, we got to talk about as much as we got to talk about, but in life, there's not competition. You show up, you buy your one issue of My Little Pony, and if that's it, that's it.
Oh, absolutely.
They do have My Little Pony comics.
They do. Is it Image or Boom?
It's not
I think
Image.
it's Boom.
They're still running?
It's probably Boom. Is it still running? I think they come back for specials. Last time I checked.
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's an ongoing.
Sure.
But
okay, if you were a pony, what sign would you have on your butt?
Is that My Little Pony? They got signs on their butts?
Yeah, they have like
Yeah.
they have them like on like their side. They're like you know how Care Bears have them like in the
Oh
middle.
yeah.
They have theirs like their little tattoo on the side.
Okay.
Oh, just one thing. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Like
Oh
something that
wait,
just speaks to you.
you go first.
Oh, now you're asking me. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be,
Uh,
I don't know, maybe. Wow. I can't even answer my own question. Maybe a book? I feel like
At
just a
first,
book.
at first, I was thinking to myself like maybe put like a thumbs up, but then no, that's too close to the butt. People might get
but
the wrong impression.
it's like on the side. It's like a hip.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like yay, but not like
Oh, you could do like this,
instructions.
like the smiley emoji, like that, like thumbs up emoji.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Um, reading lists.
Oh wait, but I chose my sign.
Oh, what's your sign?
Okay, I think I would have a rainbow, but not just any rainbow.
Oh,
It would be like a black and gray and white rainbow because I like being happy, but I am also like my little elder emo.
nuance.
Your
Yes.
regular Wednesday Adams.
But like a happy Wednesday Adam. So like if
Okay.
what is her friend in there? What's the opposite girl? What is her name? Evie? No.
Enid.
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 Yes, if they were like one person, I think that's
That
me.
would be you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Deanna, do you want to go with your list?
Yes, back on topic. So, Ambrosia, you covered a lot that I didn't read, so that's
Oh,
good.
fabulous.
So we got Our Suit Stained Heart, issue 1, The Darkness, issue 1, It Killed Everyone But Me, issue 4, Batman and Robin 28, DCKO Wonder Woman vs. Lobo, issue 1, The Infernal Hulk, issue 2, Marvel Knights Punisher 3, New Avengers 7, CORT 4, and then I tried to get into the end, 2099, but I just stopped reading after the first few pages.
That's fair.
And that's it.
I have my
Absolutely.
opinions on the books that I did not read, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay,
I'm not here to talk
can
shit or anything.
can you tell us about the books that you did read and then the books that you wanted to read that you or the books that you planned on reading and that you didn't get to and then start with talking shit? Yeah.
The DNFs.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll start with. So I gotta go through my list, and then um, we'll see if there's anything on the list that like I had meant to read but didn't get to read. But what did I read? Ultimate Spider-Man 23, DCKO Wonder Woman versus Lobo, Aquaman number 12, which is Aquaman versus Hawkman, Absolute Batman 15, Amazing Spider-Man 17, Ultimate Black Panther 23, Action Comics 1093, and that was it. What did I want to read that I missed? I wanted to read Supergirl, but I gotta catch up. I'm a couple issues behind. Wanted to read New Avengers 7, but again, a couple issues behind, so couldn't catch up. And that's pretty much it.
Nice.
I think we got a good combination of everything.
Yeah. Who wants to go over their pick of the week? Who felt really strongly about their pick of the week? Like it was really obvious. This is it.
I had a problem this week. It felt very gory, like a lot
Ooh.
of gory in the
Oh.
sense that a lot of these comics had a lot of gory themes. Okay, let's put it like that.
Yeah.
And my pick of the week was Court, issue 4, Children of the Round Table, because it was the only one that didn't felt like a total slasher movie in a
Yeah.
way, in sense. So something to just take a breather. And it also was a really nice issue. I really liked it too. So that was my pick.
Have you been reading CORT or did
Yes,
you
yes.
just read it like catch up for this episode?
No, I read it every week, I think. I'm also talking about it every time I read it. But
Mhm.
it's written by Tom Taylor, who also wrote the Nightwing run,
Mhm.
Leaping into the Light. And it's just such a fun story. These children are all picked to be kind of like the new warriors of the round table. So each of them gets a weapon, but the weapon is also talking to them. So it's pretty cool.
I read the first issue. It's very cartoony, but in a good way.
Yes,
In like a sense of like it would have been like a Saturday morning cartoon. If
exactly. And that's what I
you
like
know,
so much about it.
yeah.
I feel like who doesn't dream of becoming like these heroes with their friends and just having fun and going on adventures? So it feels like something very relatable for adults and also kids.
It makes me
I love
miss
that.
Saturday morning cartoons because I wish
Yeah.
like this would be such an obvious like they could have done a whole toy line with this comic, you know?
Yeah, I wish it got more attention because it's really good. And Tom Taylor has this really nice way of writing, like these very emotional, tense moments, but they're also very heartfelt and happy in a way.
I love
Um,
that.
this is a good pick. I'm glad that you're still reading it because I stopped after issue 1, not because I didn't like it, but because even though this is a DC book, it doesn't take place in the DC universe, right?
No, no,
It's
no,
like
it's a
own just kind
completely
of
other world. Yes.
so it should have been like a Vertigo book, but the because Vertigo books aren't connected with the DC universe anymore
Yes.
with the new kind of rebranding of DC Comics. It should be Vertigo, except for the fact that Vertigo is adult skewed, right?
So it wouldn't fit. Yeah.
Like Vertigo is outside the normal DC universe, like telling like insular stories, but they're all like adult, and it's like, well, where's the all ages books? Where do they go? And I mean, I guess it's
Yeah,
just
and they just go
DC.
to DC.
Okay, you know. Do you have a favorite character in CORT? Is there someone that's like a character that
Um,
stands out?
Not yet. I like how they put Merlin. He's this really cool guy who just
Yeah.
like magic, but he's kind of also useless in a way because he's kind of teaching those kids how to fight and
Mm,
how to control their weapons. We're not that far, so they just arrived in Cornwall in this castle and they're just starting to learn. So I think it's gonna take some time to involve the entire plot.
yeah. Are you a fan of like King Arthur stories and like Knights of the Round Table and all that?
I wouldn't say so. I haven't read it to be honest.
Yeah.
I just read like or heard of adaptations like the Merlin show, which
Yeah.
everybody knows. And there was also this movie on Disney, I think. Also, these kids are like new, how do you put it? Like when you're reborn as someone.
Like resurrected?
Oh,
Yes, they're reborn as
oh,
Oh,
these
reincarnated.
war
thank
get
you.
reincarnated. Yes, right. Reincarnated as these knights. So
How
this girl
cool.
is like this teenage girl is Arthur, and yeah, they're just figuring out who they actually are reborn as.
Okay.
So
Um,
really reminds me of that in a way.
yeah. Okay. Cool. CORT number 4. Um,
Yes.
Ambrosia, do you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I could go.
Okay.
Did anyone read the end 2099?
No. And you want to know
Okay.
why?
Yes, please.
I just don't like Marvel 2099.
No, and like okay, and that's completely fair because Miguel, it's not one of my favorite universes. Um, and I also have feelings about it, but here's the thing. Like I will always give it a shot because it's like oh, I like Miguel O'Hara a lot. And
Yeah.
so I will always give it a go. But we are leading in like it leads into 3099. Are they doing too much? Probably. Is it going to be bad? Maybe. But is it different? Yeah, okay, I'll take it. So I wasn't expecting that. So I thought that it was a fun read. That the 2099 universe as a whole isn't my favorite. I enjoy Spider-Man 2099. And we have Spider-Man 3099 in here.
Is
And
that
that
the
makes me
yellow
happy.
suit one?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And so that makes me happy. And then so next issue is like a crossover of 3099 versus 2099, and so they're going to be going into like that, bringing those two universes together, and I think that will be fun.
There's also Age of Apocalypse characters too.
Yes, yeah. So there's like everything in here, which again, is it too much? Absolutely. Did we need to go that hard? Absolutely not. Um, but it's like kudos for them for doing trying something different.
Yeah.
A- And Steve Orlando is writing it, and I wish that they would have someone else writing it because he's like not one of my favorites.
Oh.
But
This is still your pick?
yeah, it is because it's different. Like
Okay.
it's something because typically I would choose Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yes.
because it's so well written right now, and it's coming to an end. But I chose this one because it's different, and I am hopeful that maybe we'll see some good in it come from it.
Okay. I mean, I don't have enough time to like talk about my opinions about 2099. I don't
Give us
hate
a
it.
summary. Give us the summarized version of it.
Okay, so summary is I think Batman Beyond does like the same thing Spider-Man 2099 does, except better. And I also don't like. I think it comes down to I don't like it when the future of a superhero timeline isn't legacy based.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like when we deal with the X-Men 2099, I want to know like what's like old Rogue and old Gambit up to? What's their what would their grandkids be like? And like X-Men the End, which is not related to this as far as I know. X-Men the End does that better. So I like that.
No, that makes sense.
X-Men the End, I think it was called X-Men the End. It was Chris Claremont coming back and writing future stories of X-Men in the future. And like he pairs a lot of like X-Men up and gives them like kids, and it's kind of cool for like a fan like me. This is also the problem, even though I like the Legion of Superheroes from DC, I don't like the fact that they're not legacy. Like that there's some sort of break in the timeline and there's no Justice League at that point. In 1,000 years in the future, there's no Justice League. It's just the Legion of Superheroes. I don't like that.
No, that makes sense. And I think when I read this, I think I took my typical critical lens off for a second, and I tried to enjoy. Oh, I like Mephisto, and we have like Mephisto in here,
Mm.
and
Mm.
so it's a little darker than what we would see, in Galactus. So I don't know. I thought it was fun. So I'm being hopeful.
Yeah,
Wishful thinking.
I'm not trying to like talk shit or anything. I'm just
Oh my gosh, please
it's
talk
just not
shit,
what
because
I'm looking for.
no,
You know?
absolutely. And that's what I was talking to I was talking to someone about this recently, or just like yesterday, I don't remember who. But there are two things that like I will truly like won't talk shit about, and that's comic books and music, because like we all like it's just like we all have our different genres, and we all like different things for specific reasons. And but like also I love hearing people's opinions and love hearing like reasons why you don't like things. Um and that's what's so cool about us all reading different things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you can reason why you think about it that way, it's not really hating, it's just your opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
the thing is too is that you read way more DC than I do. And so I love hearing your guys' perspectives over like timeline dystopian stuff that's happening and futuristic stuff that's
Yeah.
happening in like the DC world, and how some things are just done better. Marvel kind of lacks in that of their overall story cohesiveness, and
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
sometimes it feels like they're building the plane while flying it, while DC is like, girls, we got it mapped out. Like,
I I mean as we move on, but like think about like Marvel and DC, and they all do like very similar things, but they do them in different ways. I think it's just because DC fundamentally its universe is based off of legacy, like DC's a lot of like, look, my grandpa fought Nazis, my dad fought like, you know, corporate America bad businessmen, and I'm here like doing my own fight. And like DC has that legacy thing. Or like even if they're not blood related, it's like I found this old guy in a gym and he hasn't been Wildcat in 50 years, but he taught me how to fight and now I'm the new Wildcat. Or whatever, right? Like DC kind of does that. Marvel, whereas DC is like legacy, and because of legacy, it's hopeful. Marvel is a lot of struggle. I feel like that's the basic thread of Marvel, which is struggle. That's it.
Yeah.
You gotta suffer.
Like it's a lot of. I mean, it doesn't have to be a hardcore suffering at Marvel, but it is like we're not going to make this easy. Like so, it's almost like, and it's not that it's not hopeful, but it's almost like being hopeful and a pessimist at the same time. I don't know. Marvel does that. So
It does so much. Like that's literally, and I know we're gonna talk about this later, but that's literally what I feel like Spider-Gwen is. Yeah. Yeah. And so it's you're spot on with that.
Marvel is a lot of like life sucks. I know. You know? It's just
Which is probably why the elder emo in me. So.
yeah. Marvel kind of like that. DC's like, hey, it's gonna get better, buddy. Like, that's the motto, you know.
You think?
I mean,
maybe it's gonna get better.
They both go up and down.
Yeah.
But like the basic fundamental of DC is that like in the year, you know, 3026, we're still gonna have superheroes, and they're still going to be good people in the universe, right? In Marvel, it's like 3026, the world is run by evil corporations, and like
and
2099, that's literally 2099. It's like everybody's dead. There's evil corporations, and some people, I guess, get powers.
Maybe they're being a realist in today's society. Maybe they're like trying not to give us like they're like, guys, I need to be honest with you. This is gonna be your world.
Look, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
we're not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not gonna get better.
Yeah. So speaking about sugarcoating and everything, I think it's a good way to shift into Marvel and the story they're trying to tell with Ultimate Marvel, which is the new Ultimate Marvel universe. My pick of the week is Ultimate Spider-Man 23. And it was a really easy pick once I realized that neither of you were going to pick your pick of the week for that, because I like to pick something else. Ultimate Spider-Man 23. You know, solid issue. I don't know what they're going to be doing with like Marvel, Ultimate Marvel. Like they say it's ending, but I don't think it's actually ending. But like this is the second to last issue, and the next issue is the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. What they're going to do after that, I don't know. But like everything's coming to a head in this. And I think like, I mean, it's Peter, it's Kingpin, it's Mysterio, Mole Man. It's like everything's coming together. So, you know, I'm sure they'll pull it off, but also for what purpose? I don't know. Did you guys read this one?
I did. I think Hickman writing it is such a good choice. And I think he does so well. And I think it is. I don't think it's going to be the end. I think it's going to be the end of the storyline. But I feel like this is like one of like the better going into like different worlds, like a different timeline, different series. I think Marvel did really well with this one. Which with Spider-Man specifically, X-Men, it took me a while to get into.
I think somebody else summed it up the best. They said Ultimate X-Men in this new Ultimate Marvel universe. Ultimate X-Men is more like Ultimate Runaways. And Ultimate Wolverine, which also came out this week, but I didn't read it. Ultimate Wolverine is like Ultimate X-Men. You know?
Makes sense.
They're just focusing on different things. Deanna, you don't read Ultimate? You're not reading Ultimate Spider-Man?
No,
You're literally wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
I know. I'm a fraud.
It's okay. I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt, and I didn't get to read Green Lantern this week. So,
You
okay.
It's
see,
fine.
We're all just
we're all just
posers. Did we
pros.
even
Speak for
Yeah.
read
yourself.
comics?
I'm wearing my Darth Vader
You got
Christmas
halfway
sweater.
through Hunt for the Falcon #4.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
we're all
So
posers
you
today.
gotta cut
don't
half the
listen to
sweater
us,
off.
everybody.
That's a
Tune
crop top.
out now.
um I mean, yeah, no, Ultimate Spider-Man, I think they're gonna do one of two things with the Ultimate Marvel Universe. One is they are gonna kill the universe and bring some of the characters over to the 616. Or when they say Ultimate Spider-Man is ending, that means this series is ending, but further stories that continue these characters will be named, like, it'll be called like Ultimate Parkers or Ultimate Venom or something that keeps the story going but with a different title,
Okay.
you know?
I could see that.
It's one of the two. It's the only way they're like they can deal with like not getting rid of all these like plot points that they've set up, these characters and the things that people love. They're gonna do one of two things, you know?
But unfortunately, sometimes that's not going back with like they are building the plane while flying. Like
Well, who's to
sometimes,
say? Maybe they have a plan. They have Ultimate Endgame coming out.
yeah.
Maybe they do have a plan, but it's not a very good one.
Yeah,
That's what I was scared of.
it's possible, you know? It's like I said, I think they could just take the most popular characters from each of these and bring them over into the 616, or Ultimate Spider-Man ends and it becomes Ultimate Venom. The Ultimate ends and it becomes Ultimate Avengers. Uh, Ultimate
Which
what?
Which honestly, I wouldn't mind if they brought them over to the 616 because like currently right now in Spider-Gwen, that's what they like she's in the 616 and trying
Yeah,
to figure out life in that as well. So then that would be a like good little segue into that of introducing other characters who are struggling in the 616 world.
yeah. I mean, they've done it before with even the previous Ultimate Marvel universe. You know, they merged Miles in. Um, Jimmy Hudson crossed over into the main 616. Um, I'm trying to think of like if there's any other Ultimate Marvel characters, but I mean that's pretty much. I guess the Maker,
Yeah.
who is in this, you know. So we'll see.
Thought the Ultimate Universe was ending, or am I thinking about something else?
Well, that is this, but I don't think the Ultimate Universe is ending as much as these series are
Just the
ending.
series. Oh, okay, okay.
You know, I think they're pulling a trick on us. It's one of two things. They're either
Mm.
going to escape the universe or they're going to continue it with new titling.
Yeah, because it's been going on for like
A
2
while.
2
years.
years.
Yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
2 years, essentially, because they set a countdown. Like, it was part of the storyline that they set a countdown clock in the beginning. They said, in 2 years, the Maker will come out of his city, and that's when we have to be ready to fight him and get our things in order. And so, for the past 2 years
Ah.
of our time, it's been 2 years of their time, and they've been prepping all these things
Ah, okay, that's interesting to
for like a
know.
revolution.
So something new is coming soon.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're saying this is the end, but end of what? I don't know. Um, let's move on. There's 2 DCKO titles that came out this week. DCKO like tie-ins, should I say? Because it's all fight month in December, which means there isn't a DCKO like issue 3, but rather this round of DCKO, these 1v1 matches are either in their own one shots or like taking place in another series. So, Deanna, you read this one. I don't think Ambrosia read this one.
No.
Yes.
Wonder Woman versus Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how
Yes.
is that?
How was it, Deanna?
It's how was it? It was very silly. Like you can tell the author had fun writing this, but I did not have as much fun reading it, I would put it.
Who's the author?
Joel Jones?
Joel Jones, yeah.
Joel Jones. Yeah.
Before I read this one, I read complaints about it, and I thought because of the complaints, they made it seem like it actually ended a different way. And then when I read it, I finished it, and I was like, wait a minute, then what were you complaining about? But I think they were complaining about the mishandling of Wonder Woman in this. I don't think it's so egregious from my perspective, but at the same time, I'm with you, Deanna. I did not really have fun. I wanted to have fun reading this
Yeah.
because like Wonder Woman as a character, I love, and I love Lobo, but they did. I don't know. It just I don't know. There was something off about this one.
Yeah, it just didn't feel engaging. Like some moments were funny, but it was kind of was like forcing
It
it
was.
to laugh. Like when one that really made me laugh in Conga was like punching a space dolphin. That was
Yeah.
funny. But otherwise, it was just like like you're at a comedy show and you're held hostage to laugh.
Yeah. This issue plays into a larger part of like this cosmic tournament, and like we get these 1v1 issues to like see how these characters match up, and like across like 3 rounds, but they kind of made this matchup like a joke book.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I did
Which
prefer the original series like DCKO1 and issue 2. And yeah, this one just felt like so different from what we had before. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not liking it that much. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, resetting something. What happened there? Anyway, what was I saying? I just thought it was weird to be joke heavy and like just like give me like Lobo is funny on his own, but you don't have to like make it a parody book.
Hmm.
well, and then what's interesting is that I don't see Wonder Woman being silly goofy. I feel like she's more serious or like I don't know, just a different matchup.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a weird book. Gore the Doll comic books is in our chat, saying that the Lady Killer writer, that was a good series. Surprised she dropped the ball here. I don't know whether I blame Joelle Jones. I'm just not sure what they were doing with this book because like one of the rounds has them playing games
Yeah,
to
like
beat each
chess
other.
and wait, as I wrote it down, they had a slapping competition, chess, boxing, and like just general fighting.
Yeah, and it was
Which there's like a round inside rounds, which is odd.
like 5 rounds inside that round
Yeah.
of like just playing games, I think. But yeah. So maybe Joelle Jones dropped the ball, maybe she didn't. I'm not quite sure. It just wasn't what I wanted. Though I think the big standout of this issue is that they bring back New 52 Lobo.
Yeah. Like, who is this new 52 guy?
They do call it out, so it's kind of
Yeah.
self-referential. I don't know. I just feel like this issue is skippable unless you're really a completionist.
Yeah. There's like 44 issues in the CKO in total, so if you want to skip this out, you're not missing much.
Yeah. Yeah. Um what was the map? How many 1v1s are there in this? 12?
8, I think, no?
Oh, 8? Oh, yeah.
But around 8, 3 of 8 is this, so I think
So,
it's
because
8.
of the final 16, so it's 8 issues. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's a bunch of material of it in each issue of like Jason and the Joker. Yeah, they're just trying to hype it up now.
Yeah. Huh. All right. I'll have to look up which ones come out next week. but I don't think either of you read Aquaman 12, right?
Nope.
Negatory.
So I'm a couple issues behind on Aquaman, but I hopped into this one because I knew it would be fairly self-contained. Because the Aquaman versus Hawkman fight of All Fight Month takes place in the pages of Aquaman 12, and um, it was okay. The art is really good. Um, the art is really good, but like it was really simply like Aquaman fighting Hawkman in space, but Aquaman's gotten a power up recently in the events of this book. Like he can control the blue. I think it's called the blue, which is just like water. Anything water in the universe, he's kind of like leveled up to godhood. So they kind of do this like all out fight where like Aquaman's pulling Hawkman's blood out, and like Hawkman gets a power up from like Horus, which is like one of the Egyptian gods who was also an alien or whatever. But the point being is like they both get power ups, and in the end, Aquaman wins.
What a thought.
It was a really easy issue to read. I'll say that.
Yeah, just like a classic fight story.
Yeah. So I would say like I wish I liked the Wonder Woman versus Lobo fight more than this, but I really like this one better than the other one because it was just easier to read and I just got through real quick. But it neither of them like had like a lasting impression on me. It is what it is. I want to see what happens next.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Ambrosia, you're reading the X-Men Age of Revelation tie-ins, right?
Some of them. I decided to pick and choose, and I wasn't gonna do all of them. And so just because it was so much, and I didn't feel like they were necessary.
I kind of checked out of this one. I'm gonna get back to X-Men when it comes back from the
Okay,
crossover.
I am so glad to hear someone else say that because this has been my least favorite like storyline in a long time.
Don't let
Um
it make you fall out of love with
Absolutely
X-Men.
not. Absolutely not. Because the thing is like I have loved so many things recently that I don't think that it is possible to fall out of love. Like, I mean, I'm one of the biggest Spider-Man stans. And there are so many series that they're just not my cup of tea. But I will forever read them. And that's going to be like with this as well. But what's cool is that I'm learning more and it's making me do like my research to figure things out. But so like this week I read Iron and Frost,
Mm,
and then um Unbreakable X-Men.
yeah.
But this this whole crossover, uh it's not my favorite.
You want to talk real quick about these two books?
Yeah. Are you reading which crossovers are you reading?
Out of Age of Revelation, I think it's just
Yeah.
Amazing X-Men because that has the main storyline and that's it. Like I
That came
don't
out last
like the
week,
other
right?
ones. Yeah.
Um
I tried with Laura Kinney and had to stop after the first issue.
I'm
I
sorry.
I put my grievances
Yeah.
somewhere else.
I with a lot of them I stopped at my first issue just because it's uh not what
It's not good. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
okay,
Ambrosia, you
great.
got quick thoughts about it? We can move past it.
No, I mean I mean we're in the 10 years into the dark future and Iron and Frost, I do like the relationship that we see with Emma Frost because I have become I've enjoyed Emma Frost as a character. Um Iron King is weird.
Okay.
I do like the dystopian like aspect of it, but
That's that. Okay. So you don't want to talk anymore about it. I don't want to pull teeth. I'm just
no, no,
Do you have
no.
one sentence sum up of how you felt about it?
Interesting, intrigued. Like
Okay.
coming from, and I think this is just coming from Power of X, House of M. Some of like titles that we've seen recently, coming from the whole Krakoa side of things, because that's where I started,
Yeah.
and then now being tied into this age of revelation, it's a bit of a letdown, and I think that's why I've enjoyed Ultimate X-Men, or Ultimate, oh yeah, Ultimate World, specifically Ultimate Spider-Man. Just because I don't know, man, like you just it's built up so well, and I think that's what I was hoping. And same with like the Krakoa age. Like there's just so much build up in there, and so um the all of it was like such a beautiful platform. And then you have this almost like piggybacking off of it, or like next in line, and it fell short, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
when I've put back a couple titles this week that were typically in my pool, and I'm continuing on with Unbreakable X-Men. I don't think, what are they, 5 issues?
No, they're only 3, so I mean, this
Oh,
was
great. So I'm at the
yeah.
end. And even at that, like, I didn't feel like that they were like how they ended. Like, I wouldn't have thought like it was the end. So,
Okay. Um, I don't know what they're gonna be doing, but which one's better, Unbreakable X-Men or Iron and Frost?
um, Unbreakable X-Men.
Okay, fair. Um,
Like,
what?
oh, I was just like, but this is someone who is newer to the X-Men world. Um, and so I also just find the X-Men realm interesting, but still not like, wow, guys, it's my pick of the week.
Yeah. All right.
Speak your
Fair.
truth, Ambrosia.
But again, we don't talk shit about comics, so.
I mean, like we can critique comics.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
yeah, we are more than welcome to like that's what the show's for, right?
Oh my gosh,
Um,
absolutely. But also, like, if this was someone's favorite book, I don't want to knock them. But it has not, this Age of Revelation has not been my cup of tea.
Yeah,
yeah.
I get you. I
Uh,
feel you.
sh- sorry. Shout out to Gore Vidal comic books out there, but also don't know exactly what the context was. Was it something we said? Gore Vidal says Spider-Man Blue, a miniseries about Loeb and Sale, was a moving story about Peter Parker. And they also did one for Daredevil, but I don't know what that was in reference to.
Give us context, friend.
Yeah, you know. Okay. Let's definitely hit Absolute Batman because I feel like Absolute Batman 15 was an issue that was built up among a lot of
Yeah.
people. It's the not the debut of Absolute Joker, but like the big Absolute Joker kind of issue. Now that Absolute Bane is over with, what's next? Absolute Joker. He has like this demonic form. Um, yeah, Ambrosia.
Okay, hi. Real quick.
Yeah,
So we're talking about, like, different universes and all that stuff.
yeah.
Like, overall, before we do a deep dive of absolute Batman, overall, how have we enjoyed the absolute world?
I mean, Absolute DC is top notch for me. Deanna, how are you feeling?
I feel like it's just getting better. Like some series just land more on top than I thought they would in the beginning. So it's like those who started very strong are slowly degrading a little
Mm,
bit because you're just lived in this universe for longer, and other titles are just building up to something bigger. Like some don't even have like the first story wrapped up, which is exciting but also taking very long.
yeah,
And maybe that's why we're not getting as tired from it.
yeah. I think that there's just a different thesis when it comes to the Absolute DC universe versus the Ultimate Marvel universe. And they're both very similar, but they're not. And so I think Absolute, and each book of Absolute has like a different point they're trying to make, right? But it's all fitting
Mm.
together in this universe that is woven together by the dark soul of Darkseid, right? But Absolute Batman 15, talk about a struggle. Like I was talking about how Marvel is based off a struggle, but like the Absolute DC universe is like corruption, struggle, the darkness that like kind of just lives within us all. Um I'm just not a big fan of Demon Joker.
Yeah, I feel like not
He's
problem.
okay.
Like it's written okay. It's also very cool introduction.
Mm.
My problem is more that every villain he has to face turns into like this grotesque monster and just getting like a gag. Like, yeah, sure, he fought Bane without Venom, so he's obviously also gonna beat the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, yeah, it's nothing like I can excite myself for. Also, I'm not the biggest Joker fan, but that's another theme. But it's also pretty cool that they made like the Joker, Jack Rim, like very close to Bruce Wayne in a
Yeah.
way, like a twisted version of him, which is exciting, but also like it's just so on the hand.
Yeah.
I wish they did more risks. Question mark.
I mean, I like that this is existing in the absolute DC universe because they can like do their own thing, and they
Mm,
can get wild with it. I was more interested in the Joker when he like in that absolute evil one shot where he was just like a super corrupt, twisted in the head multi-billionaire. Like
yeah.
that to me is a more interesting Joker than like one who is that, but then also has this demonic form that comes out that is now like then like a monster. So, you know,
It's
this is
not
not a
bad
bad
per
issue.
se. No, no.
What'd you
It's
say?
just there has been better.
Yeah.
In
Yeah. I mean, I
comparison to
loved the whole
other,
Bane stuff. Sure.
mm,
But this okay, you know?
like another monster, okay.
I'm like
It
I'm
is
more
what it
interested
is.
like what's another villain that's gonna come after this? Like I'm more interested in like okay yeah let's
You
see
know what
like
I would love to
yeah
see as a villain in the Absolute Universe? Professor Pig.
I think he's in Arc M.
Yeah, but I would like to see him like as a main villain,
Mm.
like really
He's a
fleshed out.
monster though, but okay
Yeah, I know, but I wish he was like human.
yeah I'm more interested in the Poison Ivy that is also a monster, um
Yeah,
because I think in okay
but
um
like I think they're gonna resolve this Joker plot with Absolute Wonder Woman. So let's see where this takes
that's right,
us.
the next one's a crossover, right?
Yeah.
It might be like a 2 issue crossover. Um, Gore Vidal Comic Books says Absolute Batman consistently sells out at my shop, even back issues. I haven't read any of the Absolutes, but customers like Batman and Wonder Woman titles. Yeah, I mean, my favorite is Absolute Wonder Woman, like out of the Absolute books. But like, I also like all the Absolute books, even this one. Like, yeah, I love Absolute Batman. It's just this issue was just kind of edge lordy. So Ambrosia would
Yeah,
like
it,
it.
it it felt more like an introduction, like a filler in a way,
Yeah,
than really driving the plot forward. Like it's not bad, it's just not a lot of
Amazing.
happening. We just get a lot of info dumping.
it's the lore of this Joker, which they've set up as like, oh, this guy is part demon and doesn't age, so like he's been in Gotham since the 1800s and like pretending to be his own son every single time.
Yeah, he's like a less cool version of a vampire.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he kind of is like a vampire in a way. Like he has this like demon form or whatever. But it is what it is. Absolute Jokers might be for some people or might not be. You know. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
And I've heard nothing but like positive things about the Absolute world. I got into Absolute Manhunter.
Martian
Martian
Um,
Manhunter. Yeah.
Manhunter. It's
yes,
so good.
yes, because one of my buddies was like, "Dude, if you read any of the Absolute books, you have to read this one."
Yeah.
But Absolute Wonder Woman constantly sells out at my store.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are very good. It's just like this one is just like in
Yeah.
comparison to the other ones, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's so hard when like you have when you've seen Amazing, and so you have like high standards.
Yeah.
Or like they not that you have high standards, but they set the bar high. That when you have a book that's like, it's really hard to compare that.
Accept that in a way because you're like,
Yeah.
you really love it, but you can't help but to criticize it in a way.
Mhm.
It's kind of what sucks. I was actually talking to my mom about this. It's like, like there are people in your life that like you can count on for anything, but there is like there will be like one time they let you down and it hurts so much, as opposed to like people who you don't count on, that you almost count out, that then does one thing good. And it's like, whoa. You know what I mean?
And you can't put the other person who's always there for you on a pedestal, and then when it happens one time,
They
they're
fall
knocked down.
further,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It sucks. And so the same thing
Yeah.
goes with like, yeah, a book or a movie series or a TV show or whatever that's like really good. The less good one hurts a little bit more,
Yeah.
you know? My hot take is that like, other than maybe a handful of MCU movies, I don't think there is a bad MCU movie. I just think that people have high expectations for an MCU movie. And so when you get a mediocre one, it feels like it's shit. And it's not shit. It's just medium. So it's like
Yeah,
a,
I
a
feel like in
B.
every movie you can always pick something that you liked, even if the complete rest is like trash in a way.
We call that our rose and our thorns. There's always a rose, and then there's always a thorn.
Ah, that's a nice saying.
No. But no, that's where like the Marvel fatigue came in, because like they set us up so much, and then it was just like when you have like, specifically, I'm gonna say like Endgame, where I think they have struggled to have that emotional connection that they spent years developing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also can't satisfy everyone.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I also think that like, I mean, if you eat pizza every single day without changing the toppings, you could eat pizza if you change the toppings, I think. But if you have the same exact pizza every single day, like at a certain point, it depreciates. Like it's just not as good as when you started off.
A hundred
Yeah,
percent.
that's my problem also when people say, "Oh, it's not," when they turn a character into a movie, and you're like, "Oh, it's not comic accurate." But that's the point. Like the movie is to show you a new version of this
It's an
character. It's not
adaptation.
supposed to be the same.
Yeah.
It's
And
also
I
I'm so
appreciate
bored. If
I
you want the same
appreciate
thing,
it.
get the same thing. Sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
my
But
gosh, no. I appreciate that perspective, because I say it all the time how I hated Spider-Verse, because I was expecting it to be so much more like the comics.
mhm.
And I was so disappointed when I saw it. And then so hearing like the different perspective of like it shouldn't be like always comic book accurate. And you know,
Yeah.
Comic book
I think
accuracy doesn't mean that it's good. There are a whole history of shitty comics. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I just feel like they're trying not only to draw in comic book fans, obviously it's for the fans in the first place, but also to draw in people from the public, from the general public. Because, many people know Iron Man, they know Spider-Man, they know Batman, but they don't know those minor characters. And they might care about them for like a month when the movie comes out, but then it just fades into obscurity again because they're just not as prominent in a way.
But
mhm.
that's how it goes.
But
Like,
yeah,
I mean, I don't think comic book movies are meant for comic book fans. They're meant for fans of comic book movies. Like, it'd be like doing a Hercules movie and be like, this is for the real Greek mythology fans. And it's like,
okay.
no, you got to make a movie that like Greek mythology fans like love, sure, but like the goal is to make money at the box office. So like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Like,
obviously, like
you gotta
profit
make
comes
it,
first.
but like you make it
Yeah.
good. But like Disney's Hercules to me, like I know that it's not Greek mythology accurate because there's no adultery and weird swan sex and all that stuff, right? Like I know that, but also like it's a Disney Hercules movie. I love the adaptation. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, but I feel like Superman was just like such a good example, like that came out this year. Like people from the comic book community just really loved it. It just really spoke to them
Yeah,
because the general message of Superman was present in that movie. But
yeah,
the others, and it was also good for the general public. They also appreciated a new Superman movie, and it was also pretty good for them.
yeah. I think
I
like
feel like you can do both.
you can do both. I'm definitely like, don't tell me that the comic book fans don't matter, but don't tell me that they're the only thing that matters.
No, no, no.
Mhm.
You know, comic book fans also want to be the only ones who matter. And it's like, well, first thing, are you out there buying comics? Are you doing that? Are you supporting the comic book community? Like, let's do that. Let's build that up. Let's build the love of actual comics. And then we can kind of like spread out from there, you know? It is what it is. What are we gonna do?
Talk about comics and
we,
share the love.
we gotta
so
get back.
maybe,
We
so
do gotta get back to
maybe
talking.
people will continue to buy them and support them, so we could have really cool stuff in the future.
Yeah. So we gotta turn up the heat a little bit on some of these, pick up the speed. Our Soot Stained Heart #1 has a cool cover. What's the premise, Deanna? It's from Mad Cave Studios.
Yes. So the general premise is that they're in the city of Wonder, and coal is like the lifeline of the city. It's like payment. And to get extra coal, you have to be extra bad. What that includes, I don't know yet. We will figure it out. But this girl, she has been very good and is now joining this group of rebels to kind of bring down this governor of this city because it's a corrupt city. So it's very exciting and creative, but in a way, there's just not much to go off from this one issue plot-wise. So we will see how it continues.
But you are for sure gonna read
Yes,
issue
yes,
2?
the art is gorgeous.
Okay. Okay.
Beautiful by Stepan Morian. He also did 20th Century Man,
Okay.
and he's also a part writer in it too. And it's
Okay.
by Mad Cave. So go read Our Suit Stained Heart,
Okay.
issue 1. Now at your local comic book store.
Who read back to Marvel? Who read New Avengers #7?
I did.
You want to tell us about that? I tried to catch up, but I think I have to read 6 and then 7 to be called.
Yes, because there's just so much going on in this single issue, like a lot of plot points, characters, and twists. It feels like you are at a club and you're very drunk, and suddenly you feel like everybody around you, and you just get sober and you're like, oh my God, there's too many people here. I gotta get out. It feels like this.
It's like super crowded.
Yeah. Like too much going on for one issue.
Yeah. And they added 2 more clones.
Yeah, so yeah, too much going on.
Yeah. That's there's a lot going on in this. I mean, even from the issues that I've read, like it's just piling up. So I like it.
Yeah. By no means
Humphries,
it's bad.
But
like you said, you're having a good time at the club, then you realize, oh my God, it's too full.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ambrosia, what else did you read this week?
I read I think I talked about the amazing Spider-Gwen, which she's now in the 616.
Tell us about that one.
So I've actually enjoyed this one quite a bit because I am a big Cindy Moon fan, Silk. And we don't get to see her all the time. And so she is in here. We have Flash Thompson and Miles. And so we have like our little spider family together as per usual. We have good old struggling Spider Gwen on how to figure out life in 616 and will it get better while trying to find out how her responsibility impacts her choices or how her choices impacts the world. We have a new villain in here, but the thing is that the villain has not been we don't have a name for this villain. We don't have Marvel hasn't like they haven't released who this villain is. But the things that we do know about this villain is that um like their powers come from the villain is powered by uncontrollable anger.
Okay.
And so yeah, so emotional like someone's emotional state kind of impacts fuels the power of the villain and that essentially makes them stronger. And so this is more of like a psychological problem and less physical. And so I'm hoping that what issue are we on?
Number 5.
That in time we'll see that the villain will be exposed. However, because it's more of like a psychological one, I feel like they're gonna like flip the script and it's gonna be like someone that like what we had no idea, like someone who is like a character that we already know, but I don't know. So I
Okay.
think they're gonna try to like smoke and mirror us, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Cool. The next book we're going to talk about, I want to know whether you like the Spider-Gwen book or Amazing Spider-Man
Uh,
better.
did you read Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah. Number
Um,
17.
I mean, we have Spider-Man in space. Um, it's always interesting when they also give him like a different love interest. Uh, and that is I don't know, it's different. I really liked where Spider-Man was going. I always struggle with like when we have um like when we throw space into things. I think it's always an interesting, I don't know, it could either be really cheesy. Like I hated Venom in space. Like what was it? Space Knights or Venom Space Knights in
Yeah. But he was
that.
also on the Guardians.
Yeah. Which was fine. I don't know. I think
I
I
like my street heroes on the street.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
I like this, to be honest. Like I like
Okay.
Peter Parker on the streets, sure. But at the same time, like I think it's a good different kind of storyline right now because what they're doing is because this book comes out once every 2 weeks. It's like every month we have Peter Parker in space, and then every month we have Norman Osborn being Spider-Man on Earth.
And I think that's
Okay.
And it switches
why
back and forth every 2 weeks.
I like I think this one okay, so this week I would choose Spider Gwen if I had a ladder of comics. Ghost Spider would come first and then Amazing Spider-Man because I always enjoy the Norman story more than like the Peter Parker
That's
story.
interesting. We're exact opposites. I'm
Oh,
liking
really?
the Peter Parker in space. Also, just because I like Pepe Larraz better than John Romita Jr.'s art.
Yeah, we talked about that. And I think I enjoy Romita
Better than
more.
Pepe Larraz?
Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
I like Peter Parker in space. The Norman Osborn stuff, like here, it's whatever to me. Like there's some cool moments, but for the most part, like I'm like, I like Peter in space with Rocket Raccoon and like these other random alien characters that like it's fun. And he has like
Yeah.
a different suit,
Mhm. No, I could see that.
And he's hooking up with that buff girl.
Yeah, what's her name? Raylith?
I don't know any of these
Ralith?
characters' names.
Um,
I even
shoot,
forget what's the main scientist guy. I forget his name.
Raylith of the Wretched.
Rayleigh
That's
of the
it.
Rest.
Wow.
Is it?
What's the guy? What's the scientist? Buff scientist guy with the tentacles?
Oh, I don't remember his
I
name.
forget.
Who's how?
That sounds
Oh.
like a wet dream.
A wet dream.
Yeah,
A big
whatever.
buff. Yeah, well,
Big buff with
you said it.
tentacles. That's funny. Yeah, I don't
Um,
remember his name. But no, it's been fun. I do like that we get, with the two different storylines.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool how they're doing it. I just have one storyline I like better than the other.
No, and it's same, which
Yeah.
is why, yeah. No, but I'm so happy with where we're going with Spider-Man opposed to where we were.
Yeah.
So,
I just want these characters to grow.
mhm.
You know?
And I feel like that's like again, yeah, I mean, and it's so hard to grow these characters and have like new storylines with characters that we've had for like how many years. So,
I mean, DC kind of figured it out. One of the best DC moves that they've ever done is first have Clark Kent marry Lois Lane. And then the second 1-2 punch is let him have a kid.
which like Spider-Man has had like Lots of kids.
in alternate universes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Which,
mean in
like,
main universe.
mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
Like, have him settle down with Mary Jane.
Or
Okay?
Gwen Stacy.
Not this Spider-Gwen.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Who read Batman and Robin 28?
Did.
You got quick
Just
thoughts?
very short.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's the third last issue of PKJ, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I liked the issue before that a lot more. Like John and Clark were in it, and they had this heart to heart, and this one just was like very plot heavy, but also it feels so slow. His storylines are so slow. They're just not moving forward, and there's so many stories to tell. And I also do like. I wish he went the other route with Damien, the story before that, where he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to be Robin. I think I want to forge my own path." I think that would have been a lot more interesting than what we have now. But that's just all I have to say. Oh, also very funny. Every time I read The Quiet Man, you know that scene in Puss in Boots with the Whisperer?
In the first one or second one?
I'm not sure. There's also this villain called the Whisperer, and he's always whispering. And it's like, I am the Whisperer. The Puss in Boots was like, huh?
I
And
haven't
he's
seen the
also
first Puss in Boots.
and the quiet man is also always whispering, so I just imagine that. So he's whispering, people are just like, huh? So that's just my point of view.
I stopped reading this title like a good 10 issues back, maybe a year ago. Not that it
Yeah,
was
you're not
bad.
missing much.
I just, you know, I started reading like I think Batman Dark Patterns was like blew me away, so then I just like read that instead. I think, like I don't know, it was.
I feel like
you
you're
know,
not missing much if
Yeah.
you're skipping out on this one.
Sure.
That's just my honest opinion. And I also do like Tim Drake better as Robin, but that's also another
Yeah.
thing for another time.
Yeah. Did you read Action Comics 1093?
No.
Okay, so I think I'm the only one out of us three who read this one.
Yeah.
Basically, what Mark Waid has been doing with these last however many issues is telling us a continuous story about Clark Kent being Superboy in Smallville. So because they work that back into continuity where he doesn't move to Metropolis then become Superman. He's Superboy in Smallville, then he graduates to Superman later. So Mark Waid's been telling the story and like it's been really kind of like sweet because like it's more stories about it, like a young Clark getting used to his powers. He doesn't have all his powers, and in this issue specifically, like a new guy runs the bank. Like the old bank person like retired, so there's a new guy who runs the bank, and he starts foreclosing on a bunch of farms. And this was almost my pick of the week. Like they start foreclosing on the farms. All these farmers are upset, and they're like, "Look, it is what it is. Maybe we get this solved in like a couple months." And they're like, "We can't do a couple months of not having our farms. Like everything will die. Everything we built up will be lost." But then Jonathan Kent tells Clark, like, you can't just go digging for gold and bring, because he does it. Like Clark digs for gold, and like he's like, you can't just do that and like benefit yourself. Like you have to like do things like by the book. So there is a dilemma that happens at the end of the issue, and Clark works his way through it. And it kind of reminds me of like, oh, it foreshadows like the reporter that Clark will be, like the investigative reporter that he will be later, but he's just starting off now, like trying to right wrongs whatever way he can. So I thought it was a good.
Yeah, coming of age.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is like Smallville, the show, except dorky. Like, they worked so hard to make Clark Kent, like, hot and attractive and, like, buff and whatever. And then, like, in the comics, like, Clark in Smallville is not that. He's just dorky.
Yeah, that's like the most unrealistic thing about Smallville. Like, yeah, who's bully this handsome man?
Yeah. And it's like he was already looking like Superman.
Yeah.
like
Like
in high
gorgeous, pretty, smart. Yeah, that kid sucks.
school. Real quick, we got to get through the last couple books. Infernal Hulk #2.
Yes, I read it. It's fun, exciting. Also, like very this eldritch horror, which could interest some readers, but also like you don't have to read it if you're not interested. But it's fun. It's also written by PKJ, and I like his writing in this one a lot better than in Batman and Robin.
Okay. Marvel Knights, The Punisher #3.
All I have to say, very gory.
Mm,
Oh, cool.
yeah, fair. Ambrosia, does that interest you then?
Yes.
One word, very gory.
Gory, blood.
Sold.
Yes.
Then I think this is also Deanna's book, The Darkness #1 by
Yes.
Image Comics.
Let me talk my short piece on this. Okay, so this guy, Jackie, he gets powers. Well, he's both blessed and cursed on his 21st birthday. And one of the rules is that, has anyone read the original?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, okay. So one of the rules is that, per se, he can't have sex with a woman or Angelus. It's kind of an angel. And he's like this nymphomaniac that always has sex with 3,000 women, whatever. So personally, for me, I see a huge loophole. Matter of fact, I see an entire new hole. Because why don't you just sleep with men instead of women? That's not part of the
Ah!
rules.
I love that.
So that's all I have to say.
I like that you found a loophole. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you get a new hole. Okay, whatever.
That's
I like your puns too.
I do try.
We'll move on. This cover scares me, and it is kind of gory. I'm gonna put it up, but if you want to just talk about it real quick, Deanna, and then I want to switch away. It's just too gory of a cover.
Which one are we
It
talking
killed
about? There's
everyone
so
but
many
me,
gory.
#4.
Yes. So I really liked the first 3 issues. They were very intriguing, like this horror story about these kids renting a house in the woods, and they all die except for one. So classic horror story. And now we're in the future, following Sutton, who's the only survivor of this tragic curse, and she's kind of trying to figure out why this demon is coming back. And yeah, we're going to a thrilling conclusion. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Also very gory.
And that's also Mad Cave Studios. Okay.
Yes.
And then real quick, I know you got halfway through it, Ambrosia. Star Wars Han Solo: Hunt for the Falcon #4.
This is so much fun. Even though I was only halfway through, again, I always will say if you are a Star Wars fan, like this one is if you are a Han Solo and Chewbacca fan, and you just like their like fun adventures, that's exactly what this is. So like the Millennium Falcon is stolen. And it's by someone who Han knows because whoever did it knew how to bypass all of the Falcon's security, and he paid extra for some new security, believe it or not. And so now it's like Chewbacca and him on an adventure of trying to get the Falcon back while also, running into all of the things. And so it's the opposite of gory. This is a great little like family friendly book of Star Wars and Han Solo and Chewie.
Is Lando in it?
Okay, cool.
No.
Oh.
On the cover, isn't that Poe Dameron, or am I just seeing things?
No, that's hard.
No.
What?
Because they wear the
It
same
is.
jacket, or like very similar jackets, right?
From far away, it looks similar. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we haven't seen
Sorry, I
Poe
was
in a
wrong.
while. No.
I miss him.
I know, me too.
Yeah. All right, and then I think last but not least on our list, unless there was something else that you guys read that haven't brought up. Last but not least, I got Ultimate Black Panther issue 23. Again, it's one of Ultimate Marvel's flagship books. Just like Ultimate Spider-Man was 23, this is 23. Only has one issue left before Ultimate Endgame. I don't know the point of all this. I just don't know. I like this book, but they have this big Wakandan war between vibranium and anti-vibranium, and then gods are getting involved. but I don't know how it ties into Ultimate Endgame, and I don't know how it finishes with issue 24. I don't know. So I'm a little confused on what the end game is.
Oh my
no-
gosh, you guys and your puns.
I was gonna say no pun intended, but
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it kind of,
Sorry.
it is.
It just happened on its own.
You
We
know?
can't control it.
But
It's
it is a
just in
good
our
series,
DNA.
and the art is amazing. But I have no idea what the point is.
Didn't
Confused but having a good time.
Confused and worried, maybe, because if it's the end of it, like, could they have told like a different story? I don't know.
Mm.
wasn't someone reading what's the book with the priest on it?
Is that a hedgehog?
It is.
What?
Yes,
Oh
A
my god.
real life hedgehog.
it is. It is.
As
Sonic.
a pet?
I think-
Sonic? Aw.
Just kidding. Her name's not Sonic. It's Conchita. But
Well, that's also cute.
didn't someone read
Ordained? No,
Ordained?
It was on Deanna's list, but
Yeah, I couldn't get to it.
Did you buy it?
No, not yet.
I was
haven't
torn to
got
buy
time.
it. Like, so many people went and got it because apparently it's already up for a movie with Colin Farrell.
Okay.
Some big actor. I don't know. They were talking about it, and I was like, should I be getting this book? I didn't because I felt like I was a poser. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's issue 1. What are you gonna do?
Be a poser about it. Us and our shirts.
expand our horizons and try something new.
I think that's all the books that we read this week.
Yes.
I want to thank both of you so much for coming here on a Thursday night to talk comics with me and everybody else. Before we get going, Ambrosia, where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Let's see. You can find me right now. I'm mainly on Instagram. I would like to get back onto TikTok after this holiday season. But no, I think we're just trying to read comics. I did do a whole big, massive organization of comic books, so I feel like I have my comic book life a little back together. So let's continue on that. But no, reading comics. But you can find me on Instagram at Ambrosia_Linda and TikTok at Comics and Cupcakes.
Awesome. Deanna, what about you? Where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube a little bit. Deanna.Kinney and also without the dots. And what I want to plug is The Phantom of the Opera, the book. I'm just currently reading it. And I'm also listening to this. Well, I have seen the show last year, and I'm just so obsessed with it. So
love
you
that.
gotta give this a read.
Okay, I've never read it, but I will. I love reading, so I'll have
Yeah,
to.
you gotta get the translation by David Coward. It's the
Okay.
better one.
Beautiful.
Okay. I've seen the Wishbone episode, so I think I'm good. You know.
Okay.
Do you know Wishbone? Is that Lost?
Oh.
Deanna, do you know Wishbone?
No.
It was a show
Oh.
where a dog reenacts scenes from books, famous books. So
Like Shakespeare.
they dressed up the dog, and then the dog acted out scenes from different books and stuff. So that's Wishbone.
Oh, okay. That's
look
interesting.
up Wishbone. It's super cute.
I
Anyway,
will.
thank you both of you so much for coming on. Thank you to Gore Vidal Comic Books for hopping in our chat and letting us know what's up. Gore Vidal also says Punisher Max by Garth Ennis is their favorite Punisher run. And although I very much dislike Garth Ennis on most things, his Punisher run is one of my favorites. I also I have not read Preacher. I hear Preacher is really good. But
It is.
other than that, I absolutely despise Garth Ennis. But that stuff is good. Also, Gore Vidal Comic Book says Ordained sold out at their shop. Think that it's due to speculation. So there you go.
Cool.
There you go. For anyone out there who wants to follow me, you can follow me at This Is Dimithri on Instagram. But for all Keeg stuff, you can find us at The Keeg Show on Instagram and TikTok. Those are our two biggest social media platforms. We're also on Blue Sky, Threads, wherever. You can find us pretty much wherever. If you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show. or you're listening to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. We're on all of those. We have a Best Comics of 2025 episode, December 28th. That's a Sunday at noon Pacific time or 3 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to be talking about all the comics that came out this year and like which ones are the best ones. We're also taking nominations for Best Comics of the Year. So if you can go to, what is it, like beacons.ai/The Keeg Show. That's our like Beacons link. You can find the link to the Google form if you want to nominate the best comics of 2025. Help us out, but also have your feelings heard, let us know what you've been digging this year. From DC, Marvel, Image, Indie, whatever you want, let us know in that form. We do Comic Talk every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to be doing this next week and the week after and week after that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Support your local comic shops. Go to comicshoplocator.com. Find a comic shop near you. And then also support your local public libraries, because that's also, important. Other than that, nominate Best Comics of 2025. Tune in next week for Comic Talk. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been Comic Talk for the week of December 11th, 2025. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.